morning ndadzuka ndichitulo ndiwelengeze ninkhalo when class at 7 ndisambila safu kuno breakfast abale kulibe kuno kuimbira foni kunyumba kungopereka moni akuti zinthu sizili bwino ati hello mwanawe tuziwa sulipo koma kononso zinthu ndesizuyenda tungokhalira madeya pongola nkaye watumvera kwani.
this address Mawapo Marata, the Director of Animal Health and Livestock Development, Dr. Julius Rufeo Chilangachuru, the Technical Advisor for Mikolongwe School of Veterinary Science, Dr. Patrick Chikungo, the Registrar, Malawi University of Science and Technology, Mr. Alfred Chinomo, Deputy Directors, all members of staff from Ministry of Agriculture, the District Commissioner, Chirag Producing Council, Mr. Francis Matoi, the Program Manager for Brand AAD, Mrs. Andre Musupa, the Principal of Mikolongwe College of Veterinary Sciences, Mr. Paul Robson Marukomo, academic and support staff for Mikolongwe College of Veterinary Sciences, the Principal from Mikolongwe Vocational School, which is DAF, Mr. Charles Seremu, Senior Chief Likoswe, Nkaro, all traditional leaders here present, our colorful graduates, and our supportive guardians, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. At this juncture, the guest of honor, we are commencing our program by a word of prayer from Pastor Ben Bethel Banda.
So much, Father, for everything that has been organized here. We ask your grace, your spirit, and be with us here as we commence until we finish here. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we pray.
Thank you very much. Our guest of honor. This is today the great day for the Ministry of Agriculture, Department of Animal Health and Livestock Development, which will be graduating diploma holders from the Mikolongwe School of Veterinary Sciences. Really, the graduates, you can clap hands for yourself. At this point, our guest of honor, let me request Dr. Elisha Chatanga as a motivational speaker to speak to us. Thank you.
He said one day you will leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember.
Guest of honor, Engineer Geoffrey Mamba, Secretary for Irrigation in the Ministry of Agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stand here before you to say a few words of wisdom to our loved ones. But first of all, let me say congratulations for this milestone. Guest of honor, the philosophy of Mikolongwe College of Veterinary Science is that if you learn at Mikolongwe College of Veterinary Sciences, you excel everywhere you go. So that is the philosophy that we go with. I was one of the people who were enrolled when the college was reopened in 2006, and I graduated in 2009, and it pleased the government of Malawi to give me a scholarship to go to University of Zambia to study Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine. I want to report to you, guest of honor, that when we were in Zambia, the team from Malawi was the best. And I was the best student from second year up to 6th year. And I was the best graduating student, and I have the trophy up to now. There were 15 awards that I was eligible, that I qualified. Out of 15 guests of honor, I got 12. When I graduated from University of Zambia, I got a scholarship from the Ministry of Education in Japan to study in Japan for postgraduate study. And I was also a good student because of the background that I had from Mikolongwe. Because most of the things, it was like I was repeating. So I would not even sweating to see like, no, I have to study the whole night because I only knew the things from Mikolongwe. And I did very well. My PhD thesis had 5 chapters, 5 publications. And I had 8 publications. I had to choose which ones to put in the thesis. Others even struggled to find one. Veterinary profession is a very important profession. What people need to realize, and as graduates we need to realize, that veterinary is not just about a needle and syringe injecting animals. No, that is not veterinary. There is a lot to veterinary medicine. I remember when I joined the veterinary profession, somebody said, you are a VA or a veterinary assistant guest of honor. So you are a VA, you are going to die a VA. So I said, no, I cannot die a VA because my vision is that I should not die a VA, veterinary assistant. Now I have a PhD in veterinary medicine and I'm a lecturer at Rwanda, and I know that very soon I'll be promoted. So the thing is, you have to dream big. Because as a veterinary practitioner, of course you can work in the livestock industry, you can do private practice, but you can also work in banks, you can work in insurance companies, you can work in a lot of sectors. My classmate in Japan is a chief scientist for Toyota in Tokyo, but he's a veterinarian, but he's a scientist for Toyota, so he doesn't look at dogs, cat or whatsoever. So there is a lot of things that you can do as a veterinarian. You can go into academia like myself. You can do a lot of things as someone who is involved in veterinary practice. And Mikolongwe is known for producing the best people in terms of veterinary practice in Malawi. So you need to uphold those standards. We don't want you to spoil our name. We are known for good professional ethics. That is very key in this profession. Because nowadays, there are a lot of quack vets out there. People pretend to be doctors, but they are not doctors. We tell them, no, if you want to be a doctor, go to school, then you become a doctor. You don't just become a doctor because you know how to inject a dog. No, you have to go to school to become a doctor. So this is the foundation that you have. Now, you need to build on this foundation to become who you want to be. You can only be what you want to be. If you allow others to tell you what you will be, you will not be anything. Somebody once told me that veterinary profession is like a locomotive driver. Like here in Malawi, you can only be employed by Central East African Railways. So if Central and East African Railways cannot employ you, you have no employment. But I said no. There are a lot of things that someone who has done veterinary training can do in life. So I want to encourage you to know that there are a lot of things that you can do, but what you dream, what you think is what you are going to become. If you put yourself barriers, limitations, that I can only be a VA, the best I can be is a VA, the best I can be is to inject a dog, you are going to die like that. But if you think big, you are going to do great things. And people be surprised that, is this one really from Mikolongwe? Because I remember when I left Mikolongwe, I went to do cesarean section for a cow for Justice Esme Chombo. So when I was doing the cesarean section, before I finished, she came. Then she went into the house, she got her wrapper, then she came, she was observing. When I finished, she asked me, are there people in Malawi that can do this? I said, I'm here in Malawi. The thing is, if you dream big, you think big, you are going to do a lot of things. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That was Dr. Elisha Shatanga, our motivational speaker this morning. Our guest of honor, allow me to invite the principal for Mikolongo College of Veterinary Sciences, Mr. Paul Robson Monpomo, to give his remarks.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play.
Our guest of honor, Secretary for Education, Engineer Jeffrey Namba. Before I begin my speech, let me acknowledge the fact that I've also been motivated by the motivational speaker. Thank you very much. Our guest of honor, allow me in the first place to congratulate the 56 graduates awaiting to be awarded their diplomas today. As a matter of background, the Mikolongo College of Veterinary Science has been in existence since the 1950s, when it was offering certificates. And later from 2006, the college reopened and started offering diplomas in veterinary science. So since then, the college has graduated 4 cohorts. And the ones that are graduating today are the 5th and 6th cohort. There is a 7th and 8th cohort on campus as we are talking now. And the enrollment of the 9th cohort is underway. For the graduates, it has been a rather long journey of 3 years. A journey accompanied by a lot of highs and lows. It has been a journey of unending theoretical and hands-on practicals, assignments, tutorials. Now, they are being attached to experienced assistant veterinary officers in the respective EPAs, making the training even more exciting. However, even if it was a journey accompanied by supplementary exams on so many occasions for some students, they kept pushing and never relenting, all for the sake of attaining their ultimate goal, which is a diploma being awarded today. A total of 66 students were enrolled for the program in 2020 and in 2021 respectively, all of whom were self-sponsored. A guest of honor, just like is the case in other institutions of higher learning, not all of them have made it this far. As I'm speaking, today a total of 56 students are expected to receive their awards for diploma in veterinary science. Out of this number are guests of honor. 38 are males and 18 are females. There are 17 candidates who are graduating with a pass, and 36 candidates that are graduating with credits, and 3 candidates are graduating with distinctions. Our guests of honor, most interestingly, among the 3 that are graduating with distinctions, 2 are females, 1 is a male. A guest of honor, today I'm glad to assure you and the general public that wherever these graduates are going to find themselves plying their trade, one can be rest assured they'll deliver meaningful services to the communities. You can be rest assured they will carry out meat inspection, they treat livestock diseases, and respond to the livestock farmers' demands with confidence, cognizant of the fact that they've gone through a thorough training. Last but not least, honorable, a guest of honor, words fail me how grateful we are to the Malawi University of Science and Technology MAST for hosting us on this auspicious occasion. And finally, a word to the graduates. Guests of honor, allow me to say this today, a word of caution to our graduates. It has already been alluded to by the first speaker that they have to maintain integrity to their profession. It's not like any other profession. A guest of honor, let me wish the graduates this morning the very best as they continue shining out there. We are proud of you, and like we have always emphasized, go and represent this profession well. Go and represent the Kolongwe College of Veterinary Science well. Go and represent the Department of Animal Health and Livestock Development well. Go and represent the Ministry of Agriculture well. And above all, go and represent the country well. And show patriotism. Because whatever you do, whichever way you conduct yourselves out there, is going to reflect back to us. So keep trusting the process. That's what we all say. Keep trusting the process. Don't get involved in corruption. The long hand of the law will surely catch up with you if you get involved in corruption.
Thank you very much. Our guest of honor, this time around, let me invite the technical advisor from the Kolongwe School of Veterinary Sciences, Dr. Patrick Chukwuemeka, for his remarks.
Good morning. Let me join my previous speakers in first of all congratulating all our graduates today for a job well done. I think we can clap hands for them. Let me also start by commending and thanking parents and guardians for our students, whom I'm very sure today should be one of their excited days because of taking care of our graduates. I'm sure they have been expecting that they have been producing resources, helping them in all aspects to make sure that they reach this particular day. So every parent and graduate and guardian should be very happy today to see that we are now bearing fruits of what we have been supporting. I just want to also echo what my colleagues have already said without going into much details, to say that veterinary science requires high level of ethics and integrity. I'm advantaged because although I'm a technical advisor to the college, but because of my passion again for this course, I dedicated myself to teaching. So I can give a first testimony that the team which is graduating here is a first-notch team, which our guest of honor, I'm confident with that it can deliver on ground.
do remember that in one of my first lectures, I was discussing this. Can you deny me? No. I think they cannot. So, I'm happy that today, what we have been teaching, what we have been advising, is about to come to fruition. I think let me also take advantage because I've seen Mikolongwe growing. To mention that, to proudly mention that Dr. Chatanga, who was a motivational speaker, I was one of his lecturers. Can you imagine that? Who can never be proud by more than that? So, actually, from Mikolongwe, the sky is the limit. You have heard it all from the motivational speaker, isn't it? Okay? So, apart from Dr. Chatanga, there should be about 3 more, if I'm not mistaken, who have gone up to the PhD level from Mikolongwe. Okay? And he mentioned that he went through University of Zambia. I can also testify that I was one of the team in the task force which went to University of Zambia at the time when we were trying to create the, establish rather the Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine at Rwanda. And whilst we were there, the Dean of the Faculty of Zambia said it in our eyes to the team to say, Malawian students we have brought up, they are just extra notch, very good students. How do you teach them? So I had also to proudly say, that's the way we teach them. So we are proud when you perform, okay? I know when you are teaching, sometimes you say, oh, but the stuff you are teaching us is a bit confused, a bit tough, but it will help you in the field. You have heard it from Dr. Chatanga, the sky is the limit, okay? So don't think that you will be there just to do treatments, he has mentioned there, but you have opportunities to work even in the laboratory. I mentioned that during my lectures, okay? Some of you can work at policy level as far as animal health and livestock development is concerned. So, when a guest of honor, I just want to confirm for you that I think the college, we are proud of the college as a ministry, let's be proud of it. Of course, it doesn't go without any challenges. My assessment of the college so far showed me that we are currently satisfactory, but we are not really there. Okay, so there are a number of things, a number of challenges which we need to work on. But due to your assistance, I'm glad I have to say that I'm sure we'll move in the right direction. Right now, the college is registered with the National Council for Higher Education. They have been visiting us, they are assessing us, and there is a schedule which we have worked out with them for us, for Mikolongwe to be accredited. And I think with the highly dedicated staff which we have, I want to assure a guest of honor that Mikolongwe will make it. Not very long from now, be assured, and you can even convey this message to our Honorable Minister. As it has already been said to the students, now that you have graduated, I mentioned it also in one of your classes that this is a regulated professional. That means we want to just let you spot free. Dr. Chatanga mentioned that you'll be there if you are injecting the dog. How are you doing it? In case there are problems. If you are injecting somebody, farmer's cow, remember I always mentioned that. There are certain particular ethics which you are not supposed to follow. That will be followed while still in the field. We want to leave you scot free. But we are just laying now the background after you have graduated. And I should mention it that the Professionals Act of the Veterinary requires you to be registered. So after you have graduated here, you ought to be also registered by the Board of Veterinary Surgeons, which is currently represented by the Department of Animal Health, and the director is the interim registrar. We will happily be able to register you. Don't forget that. But other than that, let me wish you all the best as you go to the field. Don't forget the basics we taught you. Okay? Don't forget the basics we taught you. They looked tough, but now you'll be alone there, they will be much tougher. But we are there to assist even after your graduation. At this juncture also, guest of honor, let me thank our partners. Mikolongwe doesn't operate in isolation. MAST is one of those institutions which you are working hand in hand with. Actually, we have a memorandum of understanding with MAST. Luana is also one of those institutions which we are working hand in hand. Catholic University, MUBAS, and a number of other colleges, because we do have also lecturers who come from these institutions. Otherwise, let me stop there and wish you all the best. Guest of honor, thanks very much for coming to officiate this graduation. Otherwise, Mikolongwe is ticking, be assured. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our guest of honor, this time around, let me invite Dr. Julius Chuangachuru to make his speech. Dr. Julius Chuangachuru is the current director of Animal Health and Livestock Development in the Ministry of
Good morning. Zabundo bwinwari. Samade uda. Mana wa madeni swamade roso tazinari. Chaba go yeye wadanga tizikoti vizungu Mikolongwe vizungu bakamo. One of the proudest guys today. Because I'm very proud, you can even see my gown is different from everybody else's for a special reason, because I'm very proud. The rest of them just came here to follow the program. But I'm very proud that at least my own products are coming out. So a father should have the best suit, eh? So guest of honor, I stand here this morning, a very proud director for the milestone unveiling before your eyes. Now, when your ministry is going to officially graduate 56, after a long spell, 56 proud graduates who have gone through a 3-year training course in the principles and practice of veterinary medicine. Dr. Chatanga studied from the principles and practice of veterinary medicine to become a doctor of philosophy in veterinary medicine. I'm not going to talk about myself today, this is your time. So PS, as alluded to by the principal for Mikolongwe Veterinary Sciences, the college was opened as a specialized training institution for frontline veterinary staff around 1950, I think. Then around 1994, it was closed down. And that resulted in a lot of gaps in the department, because this was the only source for the frontline staff. We need at least 700 and something veterinary staff in the field. We need over 1,600 assistant veterinary officers, and I think we need about 126 veterinary surgeons. But now we only rely on the assistant veterinary officers. They are the ones supervising their HISAs, who after 2-week training call themselves doctors. And even these guys after 3 years, even the second week into training, they write on their handouts, Dr. Chidoti Mwale. So this cohort the principal talked about, it's going to be graduated the 5th and 6th. Why combined? Because we are struggling to keep everybody together. When we find a little money, we bring in a few students, and the others will come when because there's not enough space, some have to go on vacation for the others to come in. So we'll be graduating 5th and 6th. The next one the principal talked about to be 7th and 8th. Others come during the vacation, others will come during the term time. So we are trying to stagger so that we can meet the national demand. It cannot go without mentioning that the devastating incident of Cyclone Freddy the college experienced, which also affected nearby premises, it really affected the students graduating here today. And I think we almost thought they were not going to graduate, and a few of them don't want to sleep anywhere near Mikolongwe. They commute from Kungulu to Tano. I cannot sleep at Mikolongwe. So they are graduating today as proud people after undergoing the force of nature. If you don't take care of nature, it can be a bad force to reckon with. Now, to you graduates, please feel proud and accept my heartfelt congratulations. To the guardians, I think my colleagues have told, let me also congratulate you for guiding and supporting your wards. They call them wards, through the hectic and long journey, whose fruits you are going to reap from today, I think, 6th November 2024, and will continue to harvest for years to come. Now, PS, after having trained these graduates using such scarce resources, the nation needs to fully utilize them. You can't just sweat and head. We have to fully utilize them. How? Of course, we know the fact that you are trained by a public institution does not mean the public is going to employ you. I think that one is loud and clear. But you're paying your own school fees. You knew when you were coming in it, but I'm appealing to the PS. We should utilize you. I'm not saying he's going to employ you. If so, we should employ this graduate. So, on your behalf, I'm guest of honor. That's my message to you. Let me get you braced for the field now. You will be working with livestock farmers, and you know where you find livestock. So we come to here, right? So be ready to go and stay where livestock is. Before we came in here, the PS was telling me that he was surprised a few months back that dogs are also livestock. So I'm stealing his joke for him. He was going to use it, but I've robbed it for him. So before we grew up, for my entire life, I've always been asked, what do you want to become when you grow up? A lot of us, I think, remember the answers we were giving. Me, I always said I want a job that will allow me to put on a white collar. Because when I went to the hospital, the doctor was in a white collar. When I went to the deep tank, the guy in charge of the deep tank was on a white collar. When we went to Kumseu, the engineer, white collar. So I didn't know what the jobs were. I want a job that will allow me to put on a white collar. So you know the answers that you gave it. I didn't know I was going to be a vet. So I didn't have much vision of what actually it meant, but upon graduating as a vet, remember, it's not just to remember the dosage of cephalosporin, remembering the dose of cephalosporin does not make you a vet. But if you don't even remember the dosage of that drug that we're taught, who are you? Useless. My fleff, I don't want to use it as out jambula. I think what my fleff. I imagine most of you are in the same boat. Reality is heading your way. Because now you have to start. If there is one piece of advice you can take from me is this: you are in charge of whatever happens next. Not the principal, not the college, not the PS, not your father or mother. From now on, you are in charge. If you are unhappy, it's not Mikolongwe School's fault. If you are not making enough money, it's not your boss's fault. If you are not making, if it's not, and if you are feeling burned out, it's not your client's fault. That's like being mad at the gym because you're not losing weight. Every day the gym does gym your post because you're not losing weight. You are doing something wrong. And the crazy thing is, it's been on you all along. The responsibility for you to pass, it has always been you, not your parents, not your lecturers. but you just didn't know that the responsibility of your life is in your hands. Mpamena masiana wanzeru no panda nzeru. Ena mapita kunja ukabwera kumene kuchauda azungu amanida because he failed. Out a school of 20,000 students, only 3 blacks. You were working kukuda wakuda kusia kwa wira zakwa chekuze azungu amakuda dead. Munalipo atanoka. It was you who failed, not azungu kuda here. So this is the advice. Everything from now on is in your hands. For you to get employed, apply mugaona advert mu newspaper. Don't choose. Yanabata funa gambire ku veterinary headquarters, then afuna gambire club, then gambire ku wildlife. No, start wherever the job takes you. Permit advert, apply, and you start from there. When you're sitting on a chair, you can think better and look, no, this is the direction I want to take. Don't be choosy when you don't even have more to PSC, right? So all in all, the expectation out there is high. So go there and deliver quality service to the farmers, so that will help address the productive challenges that our farmers have been experiencing, thereby improving the livelihoods of our farmers and the economic well-being of Malawi at large. If Malawi improves, Africa improves, the whole world improves. Our guest of honor joined me in expressing my gratitude to the Vice Chancellor and management and staff of MAST, who happen to be our neighbor to Mikolongwe College, for accommodating us today, you know, free of charge. Osalibira kali boss. Magawo no wakata jahara. Kumamalo mibandu yabu no yulele. Chifoje jadi good neighborliness. Mr. Pomo, thank you very much for that. P.S. There is an existing flagship collaborative program between Malawi College of Veterinary Sciences and MAST that further fosters the partnership between the two institutions. Now, my last words, congratulations. I'm going to Zimbabwe, Makorokoto. I'm going to China, Gongchi. Thank you, Honor. With those few remarks, it is my great honor to invite the guest of honor to address the newly graduated graduates. And before I sit down, I want to make one correction from the motivational speaker. The sky is no longer the limit. You can go anywhere now. If we fly 12 kilometers, you look down, it looks like the sky. So now the sky is no longer the limit. You can go anywhere you want to go, either by spaceship, by juju, or by your... Thank you very much, guest of honor.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away.
Please sit down. First of all, let me salute Dr. Julius Feo Chuanga Chulu, the Director of Animal Health and Livestock Development. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, from the Ministry of Agriculture's point of view, livestock production and animal health are among the top priorities within the agriculture sector. We cannot truly say we are making significant strides in the agriculture sector by only talking about crops and crops only, without talking about livestock. I must confess that I used to just to grow crops and crops alone under rain-fed and irrigated environments. But this year, when a director, I'm going into big farming. So the responsibility of veterinary personnel, therefore, will be many, particularly when you consider that a number of emerging farmers, including myself, are embarking on commercial livestock production. In addition, the country is also witnessing a growing number of livestock person programs, and there are quite a number of pests and diseases that are roaming around. And also, we are aware that on the flip side of it, the country has been registering relatively low uptake of animal products. All these require the attention and innovations of your practice.
It is not surprising that through the Ministry of Agriculture, the diversification strategy, livestock is receiving equal attention just like crops. It is therefore pleasing that livestock production is fast becoming an enterprise of choice, particularly for women and the youth, not just for its profitability, but also the resilience that it creates among our farmers. Although the vision of the Department of Animal Health and Livestock has over the years been a nation that is self-reliant in safe but locally produced livestock and livestock products, it is not pleasing to learn that at the moment, Malawi is still a net importer of several livestock and livestock products. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have noted that I was listening attentively, particularly when the motivational speaker was speaking. It was quite inspirational. I was quite moved. And so through this Mikorongwe Veterinary Science College, as narrated by the principal, we believe that the best will come out of this. The history, as it has been spoken, dates back to 1950, and we had a break in between, but we have started again. So we believe this is a testament to the strategic leadership of the ministry, the department, the institution, as well as the neighboring institution of MAST. So ladies and gentlemen, the ministry also recognizes the staffing challenge that exists at the college with the absence of a functional organogram. It is within the scope of the ministry to see to it that the academic and administrative establishment of the college are upgraded and working through continued functional reviews and reforms. And now with the already existing partnerships with MAST, the college stands to benefit a lot in so many aspects. It is in the best interest of the ministry to see that and to see and witness strengthened collaboration between these two institutions. Before I sit down, ladies and gentlemen, allow me once again to congratulate all the 56 graduates who are ready to embrace the livestock sector, not only as students anymore, but as veterinary practitioners. Whether from here you will join government, the private sector, or indeed non-state organization, your primary focus should be livestock and livestock farmers. Hence, go, and this word is being repeated again, repeated again, go and sing. So we are so thankful, and may God bless each one of us and the country, Malawi. Thank you so much.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say.
Thank you very much, our guest of honor and the entire team. This time around is the greatest time which we have been waiting for. It's the time to award our graduates what they have achieved. Let me invite the principal for Mikorongwe School of Veterinary Science, Mr. Paul Robson Nkomo, to present.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Again, our guest of honor. It is my singular honor this morning to call out the names of candidates that are graduating today. I know we have parents here, we have guardians here, we have people that have sweated to source out money to pay out school fees for those graduating today. It is now your time. And we will not second guess what you're doing. We will not guess whether you're a parent or a guardian or not. It will show it right here. Nobody is going to tell us that you are the parent. We're going to know it by ourselves. Please, this is your time. Show it. Show that those that are graduating are your words. Thank you very much. Allow me at this point in time, our guest of honor, to present the names that are graduating.
By virtue of the authority that has been invested in my office,
the Office of the Minister of Agriculture, I award this culinary sciences.
In absentia, Ellington Jinama. Taishi Chibutu.
They can't put out, carving name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores, don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. Now it's just too late, I wouldn't stay.
Gift Morning, Tom Mlomba. Now, diploma in veterinary science with credit.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, you're wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me
into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores. Don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. My father told me.
Alfred Pierre Kalua. Sheila Kalua.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. When thunderclouds start pouring down, light a fire they can't put out, carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores, don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. When thunderclouds start pouring down, light a fire they can't put out. Carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores. Don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. These are the nights that never die. My father told me. When thunderclouds start pouring down, light a fire they can't put out. Carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores. Don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. These are the nights that never die. My father told me. These are the nights that never die. My father told me. When thunderclouds start pouring down, light a fire they can't put out. Carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores. Don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. These are the nights that never
happy time. I'm going to present to you those that have graduated with a diploma in veterinary science with a distinction.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Una mattina mi sono alzato, oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor, un partigiano, portami via. Oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, scelse solo di morire. io muoio da partigiano. Oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellir e seppellire lassù in montagna. Oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. E seppellire lassù in montagna sotto l'ombra di un bel fior. Questo brano è fuori delle giochi che passeranno. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E le che passeranno litigando che bel fiore. Questo fiore è il partigiano. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Questo fiore è il partigiano, morto per la libertà.
Too smart, I be acting dumb. I just choose to go judge a ramo.